Welcome to Amazon Library, brought to you by Kindle. I'm Sophia Gallant. Today, I'm gonna read Carla's Sandwich, written by Debbie Herman, illustrated by Sheila Bailey. Carla brought weird sandwiches to school. Buster noticed it first. He was sitting next to Carla at lunch one Monday. "Ew, what are you eating?" Buster asked. "It's all green and slimy. It's an olive pickle and green bean sandwich," said Carla. "I made it myself. Would you like some? I brought extra." "No way," said Buster, pinching his nose. "That's gross." "It's not gross," said Carla. "It's different. I like to be different." "It's not different," said Buster. "It's gross." And he went to sit next to Leslie instead. On Tuesday, Carla's sandwich was long, with something yellow and white oozing out at the sides. "What in the world is that?" asked Leslie. "It's my banana cottage cheese delight," said Carla, on a tasty toasted cake. "Bananas and cottage cheese?" asked Leslie, sticking out her tongue. "That's disgusting." "It's not disgusting," said Carla. "It's creative." "It's disgusting," said Leslie, and she went to sit next to Nadie instead. On Wednesday, Carla's sandwich was orange and brown and lumpy. It crunched when she bit into it. "Oh," said Nadie, who was sitting next to her now. "What is that?" "I call it Carla's Crunch," said Carla. "It's peanut butter, crackers, and cheddar cheese, and a lovely peanut bread. I brought extra. Would you like some?" "No way," said Nadie, scratching his face. That's sick." "It's not sick," said Carla. "It's unique." "It's sick," said Nadie, and he went to sit next to Marcus instead. On Thursday, Carla brought a chuck liver, potato chip, and cucumber sandwich. On Friday, she brought a sardine and mustard sandwich with sunflower seeds. But by Monday, no one wanted to sit next to Carla, so she ate by herself. At the end of the day, Miss Pimento made an announcement. "Tomorrow we will have a picnic." "Hooray!" everyone shouted. "A picnic! Yippee!" The next day, when the lunch bell rang, the kids ran to get their picnic lunches. "I have peanut butter and jelly," Nadie announced to the class. "I have bologna," said Leslie. "Tuna," called Buster. "Hey, Carla, what do you have?" Carla didn't answer. "It's probably ketchup, spinach, and jelly bean," told Buster. He and Leslie howled. So did Nadie. "It is not," said Carla. "Let's have some quiet in here," said Miss Pimento, "or we won't be able to have a picnic." The class was suddenly silent. Then the children followed Miss Pimento 2 by 2 down the hall, out the door, and down the block to the park. All right, everyone," said Miss Pimento. "Find a place to sit and bon appetit." Carla took a bite of her sandwich. "Yuck!" said Buster, pointing at Carla's lunch. "What is that? A warm sandwich? For your information," said Carla, "it's a lettuce, tomato, raisin, beans, bread, pretzel, and sandwich. I call it that combo deluxe. It looks more like a womble deluxe," teased Buster. Leslie and Nadie burst out laughing. Buster rummaged through his knapsack. "Uh-oh," he said quietly. He rummaged some more. "Uh-oh," he said again. He'd done everything out of his bag. "I can't believe it. Buster said sadly, I forgot my sandwich. That's awful, said Leslie, biting into her bologna sandwich. A real bummer, said Nadie, chopping on his peanut butter and jelly. Soon everyone was eating. Everyone except Buster. Carla looked at Buster. She looked at her sandwich. She looked back at Buster. You can have one of mine, she offered. I brought extra. Some kids snickered. No thanks, said Buster calmly. I know the desperate. Doris ate her egg salad sandwich, and Rufus ate his tuna. Herbert ate his salmon salad sandwich, and Barbara ate her turkey. Buster's mouth began to water. Buster looked at Carla's sandwich. Maybe being sprouts and red so bad, he thought. It's really quite delicious, said Carla, catching Buster's glance. Buster quickly turned away. Susan ate her corned beef sandwich, and Harris munched his taco. Fabio ate his chicken, and Gordon ate his meatloaf. Buster was growing hungrier by the minute, and his stomach growled loudly. Raisins are kind of fun, he thought, and who doesn't like pretzels? Marcus ate his cheese sandwich, and Darcy ate his bagel. Buster eyed Carla's sandwich again. You don't know what you're missing, Carla sang out. Buster couldn't take it anymore. He looked around. Everyone was busy eating. No one was watching him. Okay, he whispered to Carla. Okay, what? Asked Carla. Okay, can I have one? He whispered again. Can you have one yet? What? Asked Carla. Buster blurted impatiently. Can I please have one of your sandwiches? Everyone looked up. Carla smiled and handed Buster a combo deluxe. Buster was made the lettuce, tomato, raisin, beans, pretzel, and mayonnaise sandwich. Carefully, he looked at Leslie, then Nadie, then Carla, and then he took a very small bite. All eyes were watching as he chewed and swallowed well as Leslie impatiently. Well, as Nadie, Buster didn't say anything. He looked at everyone and took another bite and another and another. I can't believe he's eating it, said Nadie in disgust. What does it taste like? Buster asked Leslie. It is gross. Buster didn't answer. He was too busy eating. When the last bite was gone, Buster licked his fingers and smacked his lips. Now he said, it was the best sandwich I ever ate. It was as Nadie and horror. It was as nicely and dismay. It was, said Buster, trying a Carla bean. I bet you enjoy the combo deluxe, said Carla, who would like to try some. Slowly, Leslie raised her hand. Then Nadie raised his. Then Darcy, Susan, Roberts, and people. Soon all the kids had their hands in the air. Carla took her last sandwich, broke it into small pieces, and handed them out to everyone. Well, said Leslie, tasting her piece. This is terrific. Yes, said Nadie, it tastes great. Tomorrow, I'm going to be a creative sandwich too, said Leslie. Maybe then it will be a mustard sandwich with baked beans, and French fries. What did you take out there, Carla? Sounds good, said Carla, and it's definitely creative. I'll bring a spaghetti and soy sauce sandwich, said Buster as he sat down next to Carla. Jan and Carla and Leslie together. I don't know what I bring yet, said Nate, but it'll be unique. The next day, everyone in Miss Pimentel's class brought an unusual sandwich to school. There was an asparagus and salad dressing sandwich, a potato and tangerine sandwich, and even a pizza sandwich. What did you bring today? Carla asked Buster. I'm not telling, said Carla. You had to wait until lunchtime. The morning seemed to last forever, but finally the lunch bell rang. While Buster was munching away on his spaghetti and soy sauce sandwich, he glanced over at Carla. This time her sandwich was not green. It was not slimy or lumpy, and nothing was oozing out of the sides. So what kind of sandwich is that? Buster asked. Yeah, Carla, said Leslie. What's inside? Lady looked at Carla, waiting for an answer. Well, said Carla, today I have peanut butter and jelly. Peanut butter and jelly? Asked Buster in dismay. Peanut butter and jelly. Leslie and Nady asked together. Peanut butter and jelly, said Carla, biting into her sandwich, and I like to be different. The end. Thank you for watching Amazon Library. Make sure check out all of our stories. Keep watching and keep reading.